Happy Sunday, everyone, and it is a happy Sunday because the Toon are back in action tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, under the lights against West Ham United. All the games are finished this weekend now, except for the Toon remaining to play the Hammers on Monday night. I've just watched Ipswich v Man U, and no matter what Man United try, they are still firmly in the mud. Now, Amarim, I'm all joking aside about it, he's going to need time, the players are going to need time, but they look like the same old crap. That's the problem Amarim has got. Man United are absolutely crap. Ipswich should have easily won that game, but there you have it. They're still below us in the league. That's how the league looks as it stands right now. Newcastle United with a win at St James Park tomorrow night can close the gap to second place. Man City there, third as well. We're only a point or two off them in the Champions League places, so a lot to play for the Magpies. But watching Man U struggle there, it's a beautiful sight after you know what they did to us in the 90s, nicking the title off us and Kevin Keegan. Disgraceful. You know, they deserve this downfall, and it is beautiful to see. As much as I do think Amarim is a very good coach and will do a good job there, for now it is absolutely lovely to see this. And shout out Ipswich. You know, we've got the connection, Sir Bobby Robson and all that. They deserved it. They deserved 3 points. They were very good there. At least they got a result out of it, but they should have had the win. But never mind, we're not here to talk about that. And we are going to briefly look towards the West Ham game in a minute. But first of all, I have to touch on the stuff that came out in Eddie Howe's press conference on Friday. Now then, I've been ill, as I've said in the videos previously. I've been full of cold, and I didn't help myself by being busy, by travelling. Went down to London on Thursday for the Football Continent Awards. So again, thanks to everyone that did vote for me. Unfortunately, the winning streak came to an end. We've had a good few successful years in a row there at the FCAs, winning some trophies. But this year, couldn't bring one back to Toon, unfortunately. So hopefully the men's team can this year. That'd be nice. Still got the Carabao Cup, still got the FA Cup, but the FCAs didn't go to plan. And I've seen a lot of other people complaining about the awards itself, and I can understand why. Listen, that night, and it's been like this for a little bit, but that night, you know, the award winners, it's getting annoying now. It's getting frustrating. Many people where they were winning 2-3 awards in different categories. How rare, man. There's over 500 people that have paid a lot of money, and that was a thing with this event as well. It was a big price to pay to be there, you know, 100 quid, and they're putting people right at the back behind bloody walls and that, you know, it wasn't the best, to be fair, and yeah, it's a shame that the awards, hopefully they're sorted out, because it is a great event, it's been fantastic for years, but I just think a couple of things need to change, really, at the Continent Awards, and they need to give back more to the down-to-earth creators, the people who are starting out. I mean, shout out Joy Josh, he won the Young Creator of the Award, the only one to win something from Newcastle this year, so well done to him. But, you know, we were heavily undervalued there, we didn't win anything else, so it's a shame to not see much happening up north there. And yeah, the likes of content creators like myself and that who do everything, they're on their own one-man band, and other content creators from up and down the country where they should be given a bit more of a voice, really. And that's what these awards are about for me, not about the money or having the big organisations there. I think it's losing its touch a bit, because when we won that new content creator award, the first trophy we won there back in 2018, you know, it was a class night, and there was way more people there as well. You see it now. The big hitters aren't there as much anymore. You know, the big names, your Robbies, your Goldbridges, all of that, they're not there anymore because they're kind of boycotting it now. So that's a shame. But listen, I still had a class night, still enjoyed it, and thank you again, everyone who voted, and we'll see what happens in the future with that event. But on to more pressing matters, and the future is the January transfer window. Just 4-5 weeks away now from the transfer window opening. Exciting times for Newcastle. Like I said, the Premier League's tight at the minute. The opportunity's still there to have a very good season. But Eddie Howe was asked about this in his press conference on Friday, pre-West Ham briefing. I'll pick out the main stuff from the Creative Code questions because they were very good and they were directed at Eddie Howe and the PSR pot that may or not be sitting there come January. So obviously he was asked, is there money there to spend? You know, a lot of fans are saying, well, there's got to be. You know, we've had £70 million bids rejected for Marc Guehi in the summer. Anthony Elanga, $50 million on deadline day. We must have money there to spend January 1st. I want to see them through the door. I want to see the money on the table. Paul Mitchell's got a job to do. Time to start doing it. All good and well. Having a bit of crack at the stack the other night, drinking pints and all that. But down to business, down to your job, mate. Sign some players and sell some players as well. You know what I mean? Get the deadwood out. With that in mind, we are obviously asking Eddie Howe, have we got the money to spend? And as in true Eddie Howe fashion, he kept it pretty close to his chest. He did say that, you know, they're working hard. He has been in talks of, you know, the PIF and with Mitchell and that about signing players, about the January transfer budget, and there will be in the market for players. But interestingly, he talked about the Guehi stuff when asked about, you know, well, there was 65-70 million for Guehi in the summer, wasn't there? He said, well, no, not really, because he denies that bid ever got that close. He says those are way in excessive amounts of what was actually bid for the Crystal Palace defender. So everyone was reporting 65 to 70 million was rejected by Palace. Eddie Howe's now saying that never was the case. We never got to that amount. And then you've still got the journalists, as Keith was saying from Sky Sports, that he still believes that it was a deal up to 70 million that was rejected in the summer. One of them's lying. Just kidding. Obviously, maybe Eddie Howe is just, keeping a close chest. He's not going to reveal. The big point of this as well is he's not going to come out and go, we've got 70 million for Guehi, we've got 60 million waiting for Mbeumo. We might even sign him as well. Get rid of him. He's obviously not going to detail what's going to happen. And that would obviously alert other clubs. And that's why if he goes and says, the 70 million we had for Guehi in August. Oh, yeah, waiting there in January. Can't wait to spend it. Then Parish or Palace and whoever else might say, they've got plenty of money sitting there. I'll tell you what, up the bid. You know what I mean? They've got plenty sitting there still. So, he's not going to come out and say that. But I did think he didn't have to say, them bids never got near that. So there might be some truth in there. How much did the bids get to go to? I guess we'll never truly know. It depends on who you believe and what. Are you believing Eddie Howe? Are you believing reports from journalists? It's probably somewhere in the middle. But thinking that in mind, does that leave us open to then go back in for Marc Guehi in January? Are we still going to do that? Considering the form of Dan Burn, considering Sven Botman will be back from his long-term injury there, Jamal Lascelles will be back in the new year as well. We've probably got enough cover there, unless you can get a good deal for the English international, because at the end of the day, there's no way we're going to go anywhere near that 60-70 if we even did in the first place. Eddie Howe said we didn't. So unless you're going to get Guehi now for 40 to 50 million quid, max, then you're not going to bring him in, are you? You're not going to bring, especially in January. I just can't see that happening unless, I said, we do get him for a good price. Now, everyone's saying the attention has to focus this January transfer window to the right wing. Now, again, on the Eddie Howe press conference stuff, he wouldn't name names, and I love the word war chest, and hoping Eddie Howe agreed on 99 war chest, classic line, to try and get the tagline up for, how much you're going to spend. Is there a war chest available to sign a centre-back and a right winger? Or even just one? If it's going to be a big main star, probably one. Especially in a winter window. So Mbeumo is the name that's continuously linked. I've been asking for him for quite a while. Now he's hit the ground running this season with a B. He's banging in the goals. He's versatile. He's still young. Just because he's bald and he looks old, he is still 24 years old. So he's still got plenty of time ahead of him. And he's Premier League proven. That's what I like about Mbeumo. I see even in the last couple of days, we're linked with Bakayoko. Great, exciting young winger playing over there for PSV Eindhoven. But is he going to turn out to be an Anthony? 90 million Spinneroonie flip-flop at Man United. Do you know what I mean? Just a flop, really. So we don't want that. But it's a risk. I actually really like Bakayoko. It would be a very good signing in my eyes. An interesting one, an exciting one. However, Mbeumo is ready to go. Brian Mbeumo. We did think it was Mbeumo, by the way, but he pronounced his name himself on Premier League. So it's Mbeumo. So Mbeumo will be quality. How many times can you say his name? Let us know. And I would love him. I would love him like Kevin Keegan, but that is going to cost around 50 to 60 million. So will we spend that much money in January? I hope so. I really, really do hope so. And I think that could elevate us, give everyone a lift on the training ground as well, push people up, because we need competition for places. The thing is now with the right wing, it looks like Joe Linton solved that problem, doesn't it? He's been class. We've tried Murphy, Almiron for the last couple of years, not good enough. Both rotating, not good enough, not consistent enough. But week in, week out, not cutting the mustard. After that, we've tried Gordon there. We know he's better and prefers it on the left. Harvey Barnes, you can see the same, and he's better off the bench. So, Joe Linton, brilliant at right wing, but give him a competition for places. Allow Joe Linton to play in different pockets of space and have different options for formations and tactics, and get an out-and-out right winger there. And, again, like I said with Brian Mbeumo, he can play as a false 9, he can play as a 10. He's played across the front 3. He's literally a forward player. So if injuries occur, which they always do, to Isak and Wilson, then he's there to slot right in as a striker as well. So he's the top choice for me. I would love him more than a Guehi, more than a defender. Because I think with Botman coming back, the form of Burn, even Kelly when he came in, he was good. And we'll see him tomorrow night against West Ham because big Dan Burn suspended. Right wing / striker has to be the priority now. If we can only get one in. Ideally, wouldn't mind two. We'll wait and see. I hope January's a busy one. And if it is, stay tuned to the Magpie Channel on TV. And stay tuned to the channel as well, because I will be at the West Ham game tomorrow night. Really excited for that one. Under the lights at St James's. Big Isak display planned in the Leazes End by War Flags as well, so that should be class. Newcastle have a very good record against West Ham, especially your Isaks, your Wilsons. Wilson, will he ever be fit again? Eddie Howe was asked about that as well, and he said it may come too soon for him. I've heard that line forever now. It honestly feels like it. He might be on the bench. Let's hope he is. I like Wilson, but he likes the treatment room too much, so that's the problem there. But it'd be great to see Wilson on the bench as an option to bring on, even if it was last 15-20 minutes. Give Isak a bloody rest, even though the bloke's on fire, and I am backing him to score again as well. I think it'll be 4 or 5 games in a row now for club and country. He has been taking the mick. He has been smoking the place out, so he is unreal. now he's back on form, and he has a very good record against West Ham too. I think he scored 4 or 5 goals against them. So, yeah, I fancy that score. Fancy Newcastle to beat West Ham 2-0. Now, West Ham were in a world of trouble. Lopetegui's came in, Moisey, just a Spanish Moisey, just old, past it, surprised by that appointment for me, and they've blown it, and it looks like now they're trying to get the ex-Dortmund coach in. That would be a much better appointment for them. Do you know what I mean? A young, exciting manager. But Lopetegui could be on his last legs, to be fair, so we should fancy with chances. Yeah, this is a game you don't want to say must win. We're still in November. But in terms of, if you want your season to kick on and finish in that top 4, top 6, you'll probably look back on games like tomorrow night as big points dropped if you didn't get all 3. So hopefully that's not the case. I don't think it will be. I'm going to say 2-0 in Newcastle. That'll do. I've rambled on quite a bit in this video, so drop your score predictions in the comments below. Also, just a quick one actually, thanks to everyone that has ordered the Magpie Channel hats. They have now sold out. They'll hopefully be getting restocked next week, so thanks for your support on that one as well. Cheers! Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night, everyone. Enjoy your week with hopefully a big win for the Mags tomorrow. See you in the next one.